I'm very driven and goal-oriented, so when there is a goal set, there's definitely a plan in place. I grew up in a house where food was definitely an important part of our upbringing. I knew from a very young age that I loved to cook and that I was born to cook. I'm Veronica Rademacher, and I am the owner of Vital Kitchen in Houston, Texas. When I officially started my first day in the kitchen with zero experience, every single night I would leave work and it would be a scary day to go back. But it was the challenge that drove me to continue, and 8 months in, I learned every station in that kitchen, and that was a huge accomplishment that led me ultimately to be his sous chef. There was a point when I just realized that my personal passion for what I love doing, and yes, it is food, but it's also to share and to help inspire people, and I just felt there was a point when all of that passion and heart was being not utilized. My friends in the restaurant and other chefs, they all thought I was crazy, but I knew that I had to take a risk. I wanted to help people with their health. And that's when Vital Kitchen came about, because I started meal prepping and coaching as a health coach to over 200 people at the time. We create meals that are completely ready to eat. They have the macronutrients necessary to fuel any active individual. We do not do storefronts. We prefer to go the route of really benefiting the community in partnering with other like-minded establishments with already established communities so that we can really have a mutual synergy. Vital Kitchen has a big mission. Yes, we provide food to active individuals, but as we grow, I want to also educate, have our customers get intrigued about what they're putting into their body.
There's the center of the storm, Corpus Christi here, Rockport's right there. There's Houston, and we're getting some rain bands, but so far, so good here in Southeast Texas.
The week before Harvey was an interesting week because we knew what might be coming, but we weren't certain. And that's when we just decided, regardless of the outcome, we were going to close down because it was the safest thing to do for our staff. Pre-hurricane, we had an empty kitchen. And it was Tuesday night. I was sitting watching the waters continue to rise. And all I could think about was, what can I do that we can implement and put into place once the waters subside? Because there's a lot of damage and people are going to need help. And my best friend, Margaret, she helped me with the idea of why not cook for people. And so I just kind of took that and ran with it. I've never done this before. I didn't know what to expect. And we started out with 6 volunteers that were lined up to go to each kitchen. We were able to source more products and just blast the word that we needed volunteers, and people would show up in a matter of minutes. I was able to actually make it to our local HEB, and the store was closed because it had flooded, but my little sister who works there got me in touch with the store director, and she actually opened the store up for me where I could have free access to everything inside. We were working with mystery baskets. We couldn't pick what we got. 1,000 pounds of beef would show up, 1,000 pounds of chicken would show up. We were making chilies, casseroles, sandwiches, breakfast tacos, whatever products we had. We had access to almost nothing. And that's what made this so challenging. It wasn't ideal, but we got food out, whether there were plates with it or not. We started out focusing on the first responders, Cajun, Navy, really those people who were out there doing the rescuing. And then I was getting in contact with people who were letting us know about shelters, churches who were set up as shelters, really the people who were in most need. We have actually served now close to 20,000 people. That's what makes me happy, is to give back. And Vital Kitchen is very community driven. That community effort just allowed us to be able to do way bigger things than I ever thought. We Houstonians, we're proud of our city. Differences were set aside, and I feel like we united like we've never united before. It gives me chills to even talk about it.